Hello.
Hello.
Hi dear, how are you?
Good?
Oh, that's nice to know, and I'm really sorry about what happened.
It's okay.
Thank you so much for your understanding. So, today's the start of the holiday, so do you have any plans to go out tomorrow?
Today's a holiday?
No, not really. I mean vacation, because it's weekend, right?
Okay. No, I don't have any plan. But usually I do yoga on the weekend.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Ah, that's nice to know.
Mm.
Then, what else are you going to do tomorrow?
Mm, I don't have any plan right now, but maybe. But today is raining again. Maybe
Hmm.
tomorrow it will rain. So maybe just stay at home. I mean after the class.
That's nice to know because you know what? The most important thing is you are safe in this kind of season, right? It's not to trust anymore. Today it will rain, and then tomorrow, it will or it will,
Yeah.
give us a very sunny and hot weather.
Mm.
So there. Now, my dear, are you ready to do our lesson proper?
Yes.
All right.
Audio 1.3.
That is correct. Now, on this part, we will go ahead and continue answering activity letter B on page 7. Now, we will listen to audio 1.3 and answer these questions. Okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead, my dear.
Recording
Recording
1.3.
1.3.
Can you think of examples where a breakdown in communication seriously affected a business?
Breakdown in communication can bring the world to a halt today. We're living in an information society whose foundation is based on efficient communication. For example, a recent breakdown in communication of our country's air traffic control system led to a 24-hour closure of all airports in the country and a resulting delay in flights globally. Nowadays, companies and their suppliers are tied up with agreements where they pay huge fines by the hour for delay in fixing communication systems. This is more prevalent in the banking industry, where, for example, if a cash machine breaks down, every hour there's a delay in fixing the cash machine.
Okay, so
Mm.
what is the answer for audio offer number 1? Can you please read it for me?
Number one. What are the con consequence of the following communication breakdowns?
Okay, and what are the answers?
Okay, he talked about the problem in air traffic control system because if the system breakdowns, every airport use this kind of the system. So if it's breakdown, it
It
will
will not be efficient, right?
yes efficient.
Okay, so what else does he says about the breakdowns in communication?
Okay, he also talked about the bank financial industry, like cash machine because the bank have to communicate with the en, engineer company
Mm-hmm.
to fix the machine. So if they delay, maybe they will lose a lot of money. And he also mentioned about they will get what is the supplies company because if the communication breakdowns, they will get huge fights.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how about delays in fixing communication systems? Because I heard the speaker said this statement.
I cannot remember. I only remember about the financial, about the engineer company, and the supplies with the agreement.
I see. Because I also heard the delays in fixing communication systems. Maybe we just overheard it. Alright? But yeah, actually, all of these three things were mentioned on that audio. How about on the answers for number 2? So for number 1, we answered these three things. Right? Now,
Yes.
how about for number 2? Which of the following developments in communication does Anuj Khanna expect to see in the future?
We haven't finished the audience.
Okay. So it doesn't state it there.
Yes. So
Okay.
do I have to finish the
Audio? Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, finish.
Okay, so what do you think are the answers for number 2?
Number 2. I think will be C and D.
More control by customers over these messages they receive and more communications between machines.
Yes.
All right, very good job. So that is the right answers. Those are the right answers. Yeah,
Okay.
okay. So there you go. Very good job with the comprehension. Now, do you have any questions regarding activity letter B?
None?
Okay. So next, let us do activity letter C. I want to see what is your opinion in this one. How do you think about business communication will change in the future?
So, do I have to type?
Yes,
sentence?
please.
Okay.
Thank you. Alright. So there, you answered. I expect that it would change faster than people imagine. People might use mobile phone to communicate more than computer. Okay, so I expect that it would change faster than people can imagine. And people might use mobile phone to communicate more than using computer.
Using.
Yeah, using computer.
Okay, but the first use is
Yeah, that is what I thought as well. You used the word use. People might use mobile phone to communicate more than, yeah, I guess, hold on. Yeah, I think that is good. Yeah, that can be good. So there you go, very good job. Now I just put in the can for this first sentence. And why? In the present, in the present situation that is happening, people are already using mobile phone
Yes.
and to communicate to others. So what will be the difference in the future? Can you elaborate your answer?
Okay. Write down the sentence or just discuss?
Yeah, you can just say that.
Because nowadays, maybe like our company, we send an email. The EDM to our customer, but nowadays people won't use the email. They won't check the email frequently. Maybe just once a day, because they use a smartphone, so we send the messages through the application, not through the email. Is more efficiently, because
That is correct. Go ahead.
because customer might not check their email every day, but they will check the application when the phone remind them.
Because yeah, actually you can do most of the things in the mobile phone instead of using computers. I mean, it is more convenient because it is actually just the same. You can put some alarms in your mobile phone,
Yes.
which you cannot do on your computer.
Yes.
You can also use Microsoft Word or Microsoft Documents on your phone instead of using it on a computer. It will be much convenient, right?
Yes.
So you can also do a lot of things in the cell phone or mobile phone, smartphones, instead of using computers. So as much as possible, if you are away and you cannot do it in a computer, then you do have an alternate option, which is to use a mobile phone.
Yes.
Okay, so do you have any other questions regarding this one?
No.
Alright, so well, if that is the case, let us go ahead and continue doing the reading part, which is internal communication. Here, I want you to answer this again for me. In your own opinion, what are the advantages and disadvantages for companies of using email?
Okay.
Since I know that you are working, right?
Yes, I'm working.
Okay, so I bet you should know the advantage and disadvantages of using email in your company.
Yes. Okay, I just write down.
All right.
I'm done.
Alright, so let us go ahead and read your answer. So you said people could check the email when they have time. It can attach pictures or any documents.
I forgot how to spell.
It's okay. So very good job. You are correct on that one. Actually, in social media, especially in messenger types like the messenger in Facebook, the Viber and other social media applications which you can communicate to other person or people, you can attach pictures, and actually they can get the messages real time.
Yes.
So that is one of the advantages of using cell phones as well. Disadvantage, I couldn't feel the emotion if the one who sends me the email is angry.
I mean the people. I mean the one who sent the email. Maybe he is angry or he is hurry, but I cannot feel.
I see. Well, I totally understand that, and yeah, actually,
But maybe it's an advantage.
yeah, it can be an advantage, it can be a disadvantage. Yeah, very good job. Now, for this one, do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay, so let us do the letter B. Select 3 of the items below, which, in your opinion, best contribute to improving communication.
Okay, choose one.
At a 3.
3.
You have to choose 3. Yes.
Okay.
So what do you think are the best things that will, improve our communication?
The best, yeah, maybe the first one is trust.
Trust, okay. What else?
Email.
Email,
Yeah.
very good.
Maybe small teams.
Small teams,
Yeah.
okay, that is in your own opinion.
Yes.
So very good job. So let me ask you a question. Why trust?
If I don't trust a person, maybe I always have the question when the one to explain something to me. But if I cannot trust him, maybe I always give him a lot of the question, and maybe I cannot trust if they do something and like I have the example in my real life in recently, because the person I'm not really familiar with him. He is an engineer, and we are planning to change something. Change some system. But before the system, how to say, to complete, we have to test. But the one to work with us is not really focused. I'm not really how to describe. It's not really pay attention. Because he didn't get ready when we ask him to, because he has to report to us what is the schedule, what is the how is the program doing, going. But when we ask them, they not sure, or they have to prepare. They they have to they collect the information until we ask them. So, so the people, if we cannot really trust, I think we cannot have the good communication.
Okay, I totally understand where you're coming from. First of all, in this part, you have to prepare something for your presentation. But then, due to trust, you just rely on what your partner can do for the both of you, right?
Yes.
However, he failed your trust. He broke your trust because he made you feel confident that he can do it, and then all of a sudden he just forget it and just, he did not do his part. So I totally understand that. And of course, that is one of the biggest thing that is needed when it comes to improving communication. You have to build trust
Yes.
to one another. So next, why do you say it's email?
Because email is when we communicate with the others, other departments, we usually use email. I think it's almost 90%. And because we have to explain or submit many things with the many document, so the most of time I use the email to communicate with.
That's nice. So you often use email when it comes to communicating than using mobile phones?
Yes, because I have to check many kinds of Excel. I have many documents like Excel. I have to check the numbers, and also I will get many email from the customer centers, because maybe I will receive the customer complaint, and I have to find a solution for them. So, and we are in the different office. So, the most of the time, I got the information through the email and deal with that.
I see. Well, that's great to know. At least you make sure that everything can be handled in email.
Yes.
Or using email.
Yes, usually email.
All right, very good job. And also, it can keep your privacy, right?
Yes.
No one can read that aside from you.
Yes, and because through the email we can send the information to many people. So
I see.
So we don't have to call. Have the phone call to many times. So email is the most efficiently.
Well, I totally understand that. That's great to know. So, dear. Next, you also said small teams. Why small teams?
In my case, my team is very small, maybe only five co-workers. So when we have the problem, or when we want to have the meeting to discuss, we just call I just need to call others. Four people, and then we can discuss. and we also sit by each other. We sit very near, just behind. By how do you know what I mean? We
Yeah.
How to describe that? We sit together, not really together, just next to my coworker is sit next to me.
Yeah, sitting next to you.
Yes.
Okay.
So if we want to communicate, is easy than the big group. So I think in the small teams is convenient to communicate.
Yeah, that's right. Very good job. Because if you do have this small group, then you can be intact. I mean, you can keep your circle within you guys.
Yes.
You can communicate very well because if you have to plan something, then you can do so by doing a small talk.
Yes.
And you can be so close for that one if you are going to do that. So very good job. So there. And thank you so much for explaining your choices for me. I really appreciate that. Now, my dear, let us do this page 9. Okay? So now we will be reading communication. It's much easier said than done. Can you please read this for me? Yes, please. Yeah. Oh, it's a lot.
Yes, better.
It's 2 pages. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay. Trust is key in an open organization. Getting staff to talk to each other ought to be the last of your problems. But internal communication can be one of the hardest nuts to crack in business. Communication comes up in every department. The repercussions of not communicating are best. Says how to Theobald, co-author of the Shut Up and Listen, the truth about how to communicate at work. Poor communication can be a purely practical problem. The GeoBank, a global shipping business with the branches around the world, face language and geographical difficulties, as well brave new world of high tech can.
Oh, my dear, I'm so sorry. Yes. It's below. The continuation is below the page, as well as a huge amount.
Okay. As well as huge amount of the paperwork, with up to 60 documents per cargo. It was a logistical nightmare to track and monitor jobs, while tighter security regulation after 9/11 meant custom documents had to be ready before a ship was allowed to sail. Installing an automated system means data is now entered only once but can be accessed by anyone in the company. Whatever they are, reporting is faster by a matter of the month, says Romer Feller, Vice President of the Global IT at GeoBank. An operational team carrying a voyage all the way across the world doesn't always have to talking to each other, and we don't waste time duplicating the same information. Given today's variety of the communication tools, it seems strange that we still have a problem communication, but the brave new world of the high-tech can create barriers. Senior managers hide behind their computer staff, use voice email to screen calls, and the employees sitting next to each other will send email rather than speak. Managers should get up, work around the office, and talk to people, says Matt Rogan, head of marketing at Then4, a leadership and communications consultancy. Face-to-face communication can't be beaten. The Thoroughbred recommend checking email only 3 times a day. Allocation a set period of time to deal with it. If you have the sounds on, the temptation is as great as a raining phone. People will interrupt meeting to check their emails. Other problem is simply hitting the reply all button. Bombarding people with information. We have understanding data coming at stuff from the left, right and center, leaving it up to individuals to sort out, says Gilbank Filler. Our new system has reduced email and changed the way people work. It will remind you about workflow. Information overload also means people stop listening, but there may be a deeper reason why a message fails to get through. According to Alice Hadlison, professor of the psychology at Astor University, everyone thinks a failure to communicate is just an individual's error of the judgment, but it's not about the person, it's about the group.
Okay, and the last part.
Okay, and the group dynamics, he says, just training people to be good communicators isn't the issue. The problem is that employees develop common loyalties that far stronger than the need to share information. This can even extend to questions of the safety. In the middle 1990s, there were a lot of the light air crash in Australia because the two government departments responsible for air safety weren't communicating, says Haslan. The government was trying to save money and both groups feel threatened. The individuals are highly identified their own organization and unwilling to communicate with the other department. A company is particularly at risk when cost-cutting is in the air. Individuals with department loyalty out of fear. Sending such people on yet another how to communicate course will be pointless. Instead, Hasdan believes that identifying the subgroups within an organization and making sure each group feels valued and respected can do far more to encourage sharing the information. The key to communication, he says, is trust. Finally.
Finally.
Very long article.
I'm so sorry. I guess you just said the same word.
It's okay.
Did you say finally?
Yeah, finally.
So there. Well, I'm so sorry that you have to read everything. And you know what? I just noticed some things.
Okay.
First, if there is a period, pause, a long pause is needed. Take a long pause.
Okay.
If there is a comma, take a short pause.
Okay.
Okay. So there. These are just the things that I noticed, because you just keep on reading and reading and reading without emotion. And I noticed that you are not minding, or you do not give emphasis on the periods, on the commas, on these paragraphs. That is why probably we are having, a hard time reading it correctly. So before we proceed, my dear, with this one, I just would like to know first if there are words in here that you do not know what is the meaning of. So what is that?
Just ask.
Yeah, what is the words, or what are the words that you do not know what is the meaning of?
Did you send me any message?
No, my dear. I'm so sorry about that.
Did you see the eight light repercussion?
Repercussion.
Repercussion.
Did you highlight the word?
Yes. Yeah, this
Okay.
one.
All right, very good. So, where are you?
Yeah.
There, repercussions. So, repercussions, it is actually a noun. So, this word means this is something that is usually bad. Or should I say, yeah, that is usually bad, that happens as a result of an action.
Reaction.
Of an action. So it means that if you did this thing, this is the bad result of that thing.
Okay.
This is the repercussion of that thing. Did you got
As
it?
a result, we get.
Yeah. That is correct. Of something bad that happened. So what else?
The 21st line was a logical nightmare. Yeah, it's logical, right?
Can you please highlight it for me? Okay, hold on. Okay, logistical.
Yes, yeah, it's logical. The
Logistical.
logistical.
Yeah, is it too small to read? Is it too small? I mean, the font, is it too small?
A little. So I have to mm, make it bigger.
Okay, hold on. Let me make it bigger for you, at least on this part. Oops. There. There. Is it much better? Okay, I'm so sorry that I just did it right now. Now, so logistical, you said, right? This word. Logistical is actually an adjective or describing word. And this means that relating to symbolic logic. Or it was a bad logic. If we say logistical nightmare, it is a bad logic.
So it's not talking about this industry, the special things. I mean about the
In this phrase, it says it was a logistical nightmare to track and monitor jobs. So it means that it was a bad logic nightmare to track and monitor jobs. It's like it's a bad thing to do, to monitor and track the jobs. So that is what it meant here.
okay.
Do you understand it, my dear?
I think because I know about the logical, but I just logical and the logistical is a different word, right? Different.
Yes.
Okay.
So again, logistical or logistic means a symbolic logic. Like that.
So it means
It means
simple nightmare.
yeah, it's a bad logical nightmare.
Okay.
So that is what it means.
And the next one is 9/11 Mint Customs document. Why 9/11 Mint?
Meant. Yeah. 9/11 meant. Let me think of that one. This is actually a deep meaning. Hold on. As for me, I think this means that you're connected to an okay. It is actually a law of attraction. 9/11, because 9/11 means it is connecting.
911.
I mean, no, it's a different one. Actually, this means that, oh my god, it's so hard to explain. While tighter security regulations after 9/11. Ah, okay. I'm so sorry for the confusion. This means September 11 or November 11.
Oh, okay.
This is a day.
Okay.
So it says that while tighter security regulations after November 9 or September 11 meant customs documents had to be ready before a ship was allowed to sail. It's like they have to prepare this before this date
Okay.
and make sure that it was ready, or these customs documents are ready before it will sail.
Okay, I see. It's talking about the time.
Sorry for the confusion. Yeah, talking about the time or date.
Okay.
So what else?
The bomber people. The maybe six, seven, 8.
Can you highlight it for me, please?
Bomber people. Bombarding.
Bombarding. So bombarding means it is actually a noun. And this means, actually a verb. Sorry. It is an action word. It's a verb. Wherein it means to attack.
Attack people?
To attack, yeah. With
the information.
Yeah, with information repeatedly. There. Okay?
Okay.
So again, it's like to attack with information repeatedly, or to attack people with information.
Okay.
So what else?
When we talk about the individuals, it means a person, right?
Yes, each person.
And here departmental
loyalties out of fear. Okay, so departmental, this is actually a noun. Okay, and this means it's the root word for department. Oh, sorry. Again, the root word, which is the noun, is the department, and departmental is an adjective. Okay, I'm getting confused now. So there. This word is actually an adjective or a describing word.
Okay, so is a department is a noun, but departmental is a adjective, right?
Yes, this is a describing word. So what does it mean? From the main word itself, which is department, we will just make it adjective. So it's like into no departmental loyalties. It's like a division or a division of territories, or we can say a major division of business or departments. There. And yeah, it is describing a major division of business or departments.
Okay. So no departmental loyalty out of the fear. What does it mean? Individual withdraw into no departmental loyalty out of fear.
It means that individuals withdraw into no major division of business
Means they,
or job loyalties
so they
out of
don't
fear.
have any loyalty.
Yes. I mean, individuals withdraw into no departmental loyalties out of fear. It's like they cannot withdraw or they cannot give up this department just because of fear. Or yeah, they are giving this up because of fear. So that is what it meant.
Okay.
Okay, again, giving up on a department of one department because of fear.
Because they are scared, so they don't have any loyalty.
Exactly, that is correct. Alright, so is there any other words in here?
No?
Are you sure about that, my dear?
Yes.
Alright. So, my dear, on our next meeting, we will continue with these correction of pronunciation. Okay. And do you have any other questions for me tonight?
Maybe next time.
Alright, I will wait for that, okay?
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
You're most welcome. And thank you as well. And you have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend, okay? Thank you, my dear.
Thank
Goodbye
you.
now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.